Okay, so I'm going to try this a little bit different. I got a new piece of gear. It was a gift from my wife. But I kind of want to put a disclaimer out there that this is more or less a toy for me. I can get some use out of it, but I don't want people to get the wrong impression about what I'm doing out in the woods. I am not preparing for the zombie apocalypse, nor do I consider myself a prepper. I'm a bushcrafter, and I do survival skills, as in like natural disaster stuff. I don't believe in bug out bags. I believe in go bags, and having an evacuation plan. So, with that said, I present the cold steel machete katana. Now, my first impressions of this is I'm not overly impressed. I'm not overly disappointed. It has a 2-foot long blade and about a foot long handle. I believe it's 1045. I might be wrong. Steel. I just chopped this tree down with it, and this is the sweet spot where I like to hit, at least. If you take a blade like this and you hold it by the bottom and you thump it about, like, see here at the guard, it'll kind of go like this, and that will tell you where it vibrates is right here. Now, I had a guy on another video that I saw say that it really jarred his hands, but from what I could tell, he was hitting with the upper portion of the blade. If you hit with the upper portion of the blade, the shock comes all the way down and right into here. But if you hit with the middle area of the blade, I would say about halfway to, maybe the middle third here of the blade, the shock goes up and down the blade, so that minimizes what goes into your hand. And my hands are beat up. I don't know if you can see right there and right here. Another one on my hand, and I've got a really nasty cut on that thumb. So my hands are sore, and I just chopped this tree down. This is probably pushing a 4-inch tree, and I didn't really feel much shock unless I hit it in the wrong spot. The handle is completely plastic, and it's got this faux wrap on it. It is pretty grippy because these actually stick out. I may make a modification, because I do think that if you were wearing gloves, or if this was wet or got some oil on it, that this would fly out of your hands, which is not a good idea. I might put a length of like bicycle inner tube on this. Now, this is full tang. If you can see inside the guard, or not the guard, sorry, the bottom of the handle, the pommel, if you will, I can actually see steel inside this hole. So the tang goes all the way down, and this is one reason I put this here, is if you can see that white line right there, I think that is the tang is almost coming out the plastic. So to me, that's good, because that means that this thing is a full tang construction. The blade is about 2 inches or so wide. I'd say at the base, and slightly tapers up. In truth, this thing is a machete that really wants to be a sword. It's just kind of fun to have and play with. I think it's going to get some use here in the spring, when all the new growth comes up. It's mid-February right now. The sheath, I've just got it slung over my shoulder here. The sheath is a little hokey, but not really bad. It's made in China. The sword itself is made in South Africa. It says it right here on the blade. But it's actually fairly well made. It's floppy, and I'm imagining that it's something that is made to fit multiple products made by Cold Steel. But it is actually riveted. You can see right there, there's several rivets. The shoulder strap, I wish, was down under here. But what is cool about it is when it's sheathed, let's see if I can do this right. When it's sheathed, the guard actually locks into there. So the little chintzy snap, which it's not really chintzy, it's actually a decent snap. On here mainly just keeps this flap up, and it's this half circle thing that actually holds it in place. So I like it, like that. It's a machete. It is kind of nice to have a machete, especially a long machete with a two-handed grip, because what I find is it's a really thin whippy blade, and you really need to try to keep your strikes, when you go to hit something solid, at about a 45-degree angle, because if you pitch it too much, it'll bounce off. But what I like though is it's wide enough, because I make bows and stuff, I can actually grip the blade, like this, and I could use this as a draw knife. You can split wood. I prefer the method where you take it like this, and you kind of set your log on it, and then you use it like a hammer on a solid object and just kind of tap use the blade itself to just kind of tap it through. But it's not bad one-handed. I usually find myself holding it about mid handle. But anyways, that's my impressions of it. It does chop. It's a machete. It chops about as good as any other machete does. But anyways, that's that. I like it. It retails for about $70. I would not spend $70 for this. I would suggest getting a K-bar or a cold steel tomahawk, which usually runs about 30, something like that, and a Mora, if you've got $70 to blow. I think we found this for around the $40 mark, and that included shipping. So anyways, that's that. I'm probably going to be doing some projects on this. I think I'm going to replace this scabbard with, or case or holder, whatever you want to call it. It's not really scabbard. With a piece of like PVC pipe or something a little more solid that I can maybe put some more stuff on, like some Ranger bands and like a sharpening kit, stuff like that. So anyways, you will be seeing this in more videos coming up. So there's that.